welcome. I'm Shay J, and we are here on Sway TV today. Thank you so much for following and joining. And
I'm so excited to get started today.
We're gonna have some fun on the street,
we're doing Workout Wednesdays here on Amazon Live.
and she is fresh off the set of Shark Tank.
It's such an honor to be here today, so thank you.
We are going to be talking all about parenting.
This is our tribe of women. What is the key to a successful business?
And it's Brad Grunberg. Hi, Brad. What more could you want than the Self-Love Workbook?
Thank God you were on this show.
Rosalinda just said this is better than Netflix.
Oh, Naveen says this is better than Netflix. There's a Tesla. You can actually buy a car on Amazon.
That is so crazy.
The perfect gift. Yes, we got our Drake's Cake break. Oh, that feels so good. So awesome.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your Zulai. This is fun.
Woo! Hey, that's an awesome little gift card you got going for your weekend.
And one person's gonna win a PS5. Which one will it be?
Here we go. I'm so excited. I can't even stand it.
And Sam's in the chat says, Sway TV rocks. Woo! One of the best comments I've ever received, ever, hands down.
2, 1.
Amazon, we love you, Amazon. So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
I've had such a great time with all of you.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway!
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Hello, welcome everybody to Sway TV. I'm your host, Kimmy Seltzer, and I am so excited to bring you this weekly show, Kimmy's Love Hub, here on Amazon Live. Welcome everybody, and if you are here, say hello. This is a show about dating, relating, possibly mating, but most of all, it is about love, because at the end of the day, when you love you, that's when other people will too. And gosh, what a perfect weekend to talk about love. And I'm so grateful and honored to be here to really focus on love because, God, you know, whether you have somebody in your life, whether you're newly dating, you're single, you're married, when you feel good about yourself, it enhances your relationship that you already have. It attracts people to you, and that's what we're all about. So, hello everybody. Oh my gosh, we have so many people here, and oh wow, we have, hello, Alexander and Klein. Oh, Klein, good to see you, and Corey, and this is awesome, because I was just going to ask, who here knows me? And if you know me, if you're in my tribe, hello, say hello. I want to know that you're here. Because here's the thing, if you're new to this format, this show gets better and better the more you interact. And if you are not familiar with this platform, it's very important that you'll see a follow button right here in the video. So click that follow button, because that will allow you to interact, ask me questions, and I do a ton of giveaways. So depending on how many people chime in, I don't know, like my producer gave me, you know, just like carte blanche. If you get a lot of people on here, maybe we'll do a Valentine's giveaway. So let's see, bring your friends in, and the more friends that come in, the better, because you will be entered in possible giveaways. So that's how you interact with me, and I love answering questions. So you have a question, hello, Mike and Steph. Steph, so good. And I see so many people that were here last week. And how many of you do not know me? Yes, I know you, Kim, Alexander. This is, oh, Sonia. I love it. Good to see you. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm just talking to y'all like you all know me, but I know and I recognize there might be some new people on here. I'm a confidence therapist, I'm a dating strategist, and I'm also a stylist. So I have this holistic approach in helping people. And as you can hear, because I'm a stylist, oh my God, that's why this platform on Amazon Live is a dream for me. Are you kidding? I can combine dating and help you guys shop all in the same platform. I mean, I'm so excited about this and really passionate. So bring your friends. I want to keep doing this weekly and give you a ton of value around dating advice, relationship, and yes, I'm going to share products with you that I have tried and heard about that I think will really enhance your love for yourself. So with that, a little bit more about how I work. So, a lot of experts. And I will say that when I practice as a traditional therapist, because I was a therapist for many, many years before I got into all this, I used to work on the inside out. And I believe that the inside work is super important. And I still do that. However, I kind of flipped the script and I now work from the outside in. And the foundation in which I work, I call it the charisma quotient. I love charisma because charisma is about magnetism that just draws people to you. And I do believe that charisma can be created outside and in. There's a symbiotic relationship between the outer and the inner when it comes to our confidence, when it comes to our charisma, and that's what attracts people to you. And so the foundation and the ingredients that go into the charisma quotient, first of all, it's the name of my podcast. So if you are a podcast listener, I definitely encourage you to check that out. You can hear more about what I do with people. But I work on raising your style, emotional, and social intelligence. So what does that all mean? It means that I believe you are all pretty savvy. I believe that a lot of people know the issues that they have and maybe things that aren't working in their life. But I believe it's about strategy. And when you look at how you're marketing yourself, your style, your body language, your wardrobe, how you dress, how you move, and then you also look on the inside in ways of your emotional intelligence, the way we express ourselves, our feelings, how we share and authentically share ourselves. And then finally, our social intelligence, and that's our interpersonal communication. And yes, that includes flirting people. And I'm threatening all of you that I'm going to be doing a whole flirting show, just so you know. So you have to follow me. You have to stay tuned for that. It's been kind of, how shall I say, a very hot topic. And when I say flirting, you got like a little going on in your stomach, like, oh my gosh, I hate flirting. Oh, I hate that word. Or there is usually some association with that word. If that is you, you'll definitely want to check out, first of all, my stuff, but also stay here on Sway TV because I will definitely be doing a segment on that. But with that being said, I believe that we are all, we're all good at certain things, and that's where our confidence lives. But then there's things that either we haven't been exposed to or we had negative experience around that can shoot down our confidence. Right? And so it's really getting a strategic plan in place. I'm all about action. I think talking's great. Obviously, I'm going to be sitting here and talking to you for an hour and a half, but I hope to give you value as well and show you things. Because when you put yourself into action, that's what creates the change. And that's how I roll. I have a lot of different programs and the way that I work. You can find out more about me at Kimmy Seltzer on Instagram. And if you click that link in Instagram, you'll see all kinds of programs that I have, including my free Facebook group, Love Makeover Insiders, if you want to continue this love train. But let's get back to the show. So first of all, happy Galentine's Day. I know so many people are focusing on Valentine's Day, but did you know today is Galentine's Day? So for all my ladies out there, mwah, I love you, and I hope that you are thinking about the friendships in your life because they are so important. And here's the thing. When I find it really kind of funny about Galentine's Day is that I didn't even know the origin. Does anyone know the origin of Galentine's Day? I had to literally look it up. So Parks and Recreation was that show, and Amy Poehler's character created that whole buzz around Galentine's Day. I think it was back in 2010. And so here we are, celebrating friendships. And what I really like about it and this is what I want to focus on today, is that friendships, having your true tribe, when you feel connected with the world, with people, with family, it is going to make you happier. It is going to enrich your dating life. It's going to enrich your romantic life. And I don't feel like it's talked about enough. So whether you're single, married, coupled off, whatever that is, it is so essential to have those friendships in your life, because that is something that is going to keep us going, people. Do you know, and this is what research says, do you know that there was research done that states that when you have a better social life, it'll increase your lifespan 22%. That's pretty significant. And I know this to be true because I talk to so many clients who are maybe feeling a little lonely right now. And look, with this pandemic, I think it's a really important topic to talk about because we have been isolated. We have to create circumstances and situations so that we feel more connected in the world. And I encourage all of you to really listen to this, to take the time to message someone that you love. Happy Galentine's Day, happy Friend Day, whatever that is. And by the way, I don't want to leave out the men in here. Do you know that there is a term called Guyentine's Day? Okay, I'm not exactly in love with that name. It's kind of strange, but it is to celebrate brohood. And I think that's also really important. I see a lot of men on here. Klein, you're a man. I know that for a fact. Any other men here, say hello. Because men need friends too, and I find that that is something that's not talked about enough either. I have a lot of male clients, and one of the things they tell me is that it's really isolating, and many men just form friendships with other women, which is also really important, but they feel lost not having their man tribe. So I'm going to talk to you about how you can create a tribe for yourself, whether you're a man or a woman, because all of it is important. And I want to start out actually by telling you a story, because you'll see throughout the course of these weekly shows, I always throw myself under the bus first and share my stories, because although I have all this amazing experience and I feel so blessed, from speaking all around the world and being in shows and media and blogs, honestly, the reason why I'm so passionate about doing what I do is because I've been through it. And so a lot of the things that I'm here to share with you are things that I've been through. And I remember feeling isolated. I remember feeling disconnected and not having people in my life, like other singles in my life, and feeling like I had this big scarlet letter written on my forehead, the big D, divorcee. And I thought, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get my life back to where it was, what I thought it was. And so it's really important to think about in your life, who is enhancing your life, who is enriching your life, and who are the people that are not so good, who are maybe toxic, who are takers, who are sapping your energy. And especially during this time when we're all in this isolated world trying to connect, and I do believe things are gonna get better and we are gonna start going back out into the world. But now's the time. Now's the time to get a handle on all the stuff that I'm gonna be teaching you weekly, because then you'll come out better than you were before. And I really believe that. So with that being said, I want to continue on my story. How many of you were here last week? Can you just say #yes, so I know who was here, who wasn't here? Because I am not going to repeat the whole entire story, but I will share bits and pieces with you. Oh my gosh, we have so many people on here. Hi, oh Rob, it's so good to see you. Okay, I'm just so, I'm giving my men huge hugs right now, and I'm just really happy that you're here. And no, this is not just a show for women, and I love that both men and women are here, and let's get this conversation going, because at the end of the day, men and women all want the same thing, And that is to feel connected. That is to feel loved. Yeah, we may go at it a little bit differently. We all look a little bit different. But at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. And so I really love that. Oh, Alexander, you listened to the replay. Awesome. DM, yes, but late. It's okay. You can listen to this now, which I encourage because there's nothing like the real thing. And I like seeing people on here. I love interacting with all of you because here's the thing. You don't know this, but I'm staring in a dot right now, and I've been trained to stare in a dot, but I like feedback. I'm used to speaking. I'm used to speaking in large crowds where, people are interacting. And so when you guys give me love, I like to give the love back, and it just creates that energy. So yeah, oh my gosh, a lot of things. Oh, Deirdre, I was wondering who DM is. Deirdre. Okay, so Deirdre is just a beautiful soul. She is a Love Academy queen, and she's just been a rock star, and she came from a place where she hasn't dated she never dated, and now she's dating up a storm. And that's the thing, like, everybody's in different places. Everybody has different goals in mind. I was on Clubhouse the other day. I don't know if any of you know this platform. It's kind of this new up-and-coming platform, and it's all audio, and you kind of go in and out of rooms and talk to different people. And somebody asked in the audience, I was doing this room on love and relationships, and this person says, well, how do I measure success? And I said, well, success lies within you. Everybody has a different level of success. And I think a lot of times people think success is that Cinderella story where you have, your princess and your prince and you ride off into the sunset. Well, that may not be what you want or where you're at. I know for me, after my divorce, even though I thought I wanted another relationship at that time because I wanted the pain to go away, that's not at all what I needed. I needed to love myself. I needed to discover myself separate from my partner. And this is really important, and it relates to the topic today, because why friendships are so important is because when you have a friendship, you have hobbies, you have things that interest you, you are developing your own identity. And so whether you've been in a relationship for a really, really long time and you're just getting out and you're in this kind of just breakup mode, whether you've never dated in your entire life, or perhaps you're just starting to date someone new, or you're dating up a storm, it doesn't matter. It's so important to still have your own life, to really be clear on your goals. Not what your friends' goals are or your married folks' friends are if you're single. Everyone will have advice and everyone will have their level and definition of success. But I really invite you to use this time, especially this weekend as we talk about love, is what do you want? What do you want? What do you want for your life? What do you love about you? My clients know this, but an exercise that I always give them is that I have them write down 3 things they love about themselves in these different areas. And it's amazing to me how hard it is for some people to come up with that. There may be some areas in your life where it's really easy, but then there might be other areas where it's really hard. Like one client, she could rattle off her personality traits, and it was really easy to say, oh, I'm really funny and I'm caring and blah, blah, blah. But when it came to her physical traits, she's like, I don't really think I have any. And that always, makes me sad when I hear people not loving themselves for who they are. And when you look in the mirror, what do you see? This is where it all starts. That's why I like working from the outside. And I have a ton of products today to show you that's gonna help you pamper yourself and, really get into this fun stuff. But going back to my story. Okay, so everyone's like, Kim, your story. So my story started with being blindsided by divorce. I was really sad. I'm in all these black frumpy clothes, and I buy this red dress, okay? Even though I did all this inner work, the thing that really changed my life is when I bought this red dress and I went out into the world and all this magic started happening, including I started noticing men noticing me. And I was flabbergasted. I was like, oh my God, wait, a man is actually looking my way. And I have to say, I was really scared and I didn't like it at first. And I wanted to go into my cocoon, my black clothes, which was my cocoon, my cloak that was keeping me invisible from you aliens out there, aliens called men. And I just wanted to hide because the reality was I was hiding because I was scared. I was scared. I didn't feel like I was worthy. This all went back to the self-love. I was like, who could love a single mom, right? Who could love a single mom? And so I had to discover that there was a lot that people could love about me. And I kept labeling myself with this big letter D on my forehead as the single mom. But I had to flip that script. I had to stop saying that. I had to move into the world and life and say, here's who I am, and this is what I have to offer. Oh, Steph, look at my girls are saying Happy Galentine's Day to each other. I love that. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And look at how many, I love all you ladies on here and men. So what happened, and this is really crucial to the story, as I tell you all these little stories, what happens is that I'm collecting tools in my little basket like Dorothy. I'm skipping down the yellow brick road and I'm putting lessons, life lessons, into my basket. And I keep putting stuff in my basket, by the way. I just want you to know that. Like, I continue to grow, and know that you will always continue to grow and to evolve, And back then, the first point was really being seen in my red dress. Well, that's great, because here I had this red dress and I had nowhere to go and no one to go with. So here I am, I have my red dress, I'm ready to go party. Where's the party? Are there even other people like me out there, or am I the only one? Now, here's something that's really crucial to the story. At the time when I moved from Chicago to LA, we moved to a suburban part of LA. How many of you are single and live in more of a suburban area? Just let me know. Oh, Klein, I want love and marriage and acceptance. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. We all want the same thing. So I really felt alone in that moment, especially living in the suburbs. Yeah, it's very lonely living in the suburbs because guess who's mostly all around you? The married folks. So I had a bunch of married folks, and when I landed here, that's who I befriended because I had young kids at the time, and I befriended other mommies in the play groups, and it was a natural fit, and there were amazing women, and I still valued the friendship. But when I got divorced, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so different. The things that were on my mind and the topics that I was interested in slowly started to fade from my married folk friends. And that actually intensified my feeling of being alone. Because here I saw all around me people who were paired up. And this happens with Valentine's Day. How many of you see all these commercials with happy couples and they're all kissing and everyone's in love, and you're looking on social media and everyone looks so happy with their loved ones, and so everyone paints this picture, and it can be really lonely, really hard if you're a single. But at that time, I was injured, I was emotionally just not strong, and so it was even harder. And so that loneliness intensified things, right? So I'll never forget, this is another moment that changed my life where I just specifically had this whole world open up to me. And I was sitting in another play group with another mommy friend, and she says, Kim, don't take this the wrong way, but I met another single mom, and I thought maybe you guys could meet. and in my head, I kind of had two different responses. The first response was kind of angry. I was like, what do you mean another single mom? Again, reinforcing the notion of how different I am. But then the other part of me was like, another single mom. You mean there's another one of me out there? And so I accepted. I accepted the invitation to connect with this beautiful soul. Her name is Laura. Laura, if you're out there, I haven't talked to you forever, girl. It would be amazing to talk to you. We've lost touch since, but this is an important part of the story because when I connected with Laura, the phone rang, I picked up the phone, and what hit me is I didn't realize how lonely I felt until that moment. And I heard her voice, and she says, "Hi, Kim, this is Laura." I said, "Hi, Laura, it's Kim, and I'm a single mom, too." And I just burst out into tears. And she just kind of, I just remember this feeling of the love, like reaching through the phone and saying, "I'm here for you." And from that moment on, actually, the first thing that we did is she said, "We're going to go out in the town together, and I'm going to teach you that there is life after divorce. There's life where you can meet other single people, other single parents, other just wing girls, wing men, just like you, just like me." And I said, "Wow, there's other people like that." So I end up going out on a date with Laura. And when she rang the doorbell, and this was a big mistake that I made, I was quickly getting ready, and I didn't take my time to pamper myself, to put myself together, like all these things that I'm sharing with you and the products that I have before me. And I quickly, maybe put some gloss on, but what did I wear? I still had my black clothes on, and I answered the door, and there's Laura. And it was almost like there was this halo over her head. She was gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, long blonde hair, and she had this cute little blouse on and these tight little jeans, and she had these heels on, and she just had this little bebop, walking in. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about putting on that date clothes. I was so focused on hurrying and getting ready after taking care of my kids that I didn't take the time to take care of me. And so that was a big lesson. Well, we went out that night, and I'm going to actually share the second part of that story when I talk about flirting, when I do a whole segment on that. So stay tuned to that. But from there, what I'm happy to report to you is that it gave me the confidence to keep connecting with different women. And from there, I met another person, and that woman knew another person, and that woman knew another person. And all of a sudden, before I knew it, I had what I called my Sex in the City gals. And there was 4 of us, and we literally every week, we would go out and we would practice flirting, and we would just, gain our confidence with that practice. And I have to say, I'm so grateful to my friends, and it actually inspired me to move. I moved into more the metropolitan area here in LA, and there was a lot more opportunities for me. My tribe, those wing girls, were essential for my dating life. Had I not had that group of girls, I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would even be the person that I am. God, I don't even know if I'd be here teaching you all how to flirt and how to date and all that. So the point of that story is your tribe, your friendships, whether you're a man or a woman, are so essential to your dating life. And it can make you feel connected. And when you feel connected, that creates more confidence. It will relax you. You won't feel so desperate. You won't feel so focused on finding the one when you have your own life. So again, everything that I'm going to share today is important because it's not just about being single. If you're married, I want to see, is anyone in here that is married? Oh, Scott, I love that you're here. Scott's married, right? This is really important. This is really important that Klein, you wish dating was easy. I got you. It does become easy when you have a plan and when you know what you're doing. The worst part about dating and when it feels hard is when you're burnt out and you're trying something over and over again and you're not getting the result you want. And so then what happens is you shut everything down. Like how many of you are just numbing out and you're swiping right and left and nothing is happening? That's because you don't have a plan. You don't have a strategy that is around what is blocking you. And what's blocking you is different than what's blocking maybe your friends, what's blocking somebody here on Sway TV. It's different for everyone. And that's why when I work with people, it's really important that I come up with a personalized plan for you because look, people, I am not a cookie cutter approach coach. I will tell you that right now. I don't believe one size fits all, just like clothes. Although there are some clothes, there's one clothes, sidebar. I don't even have it up. I should show it. I know Amazon sells it. They're called hanky pankies, ladies. Those are great underwear. It's one size fits all. Okay, but besides hanky pankies, for the most part, it is not one size fits all. There are some things that may fit and parts of it may fit, but it's not all of it. And most of you can't see your blind spots. I can't see my blind spots. How can you see your blind spots? So yeah, how many here are, married to my job? Nando, you're married to your job. Does that count? Okay, look, if you're happy with your relationship, with your job, then I say that's awesome. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Nando, are you happy being married to your job? That's the crucial point. Because again, there's no right or wrong answer that's going to be one size fits all for all of you. Some people love their job. Some people love their job so much that it lights them up, it fills them up, and because they feel filled up, that's super attractive. I love my job. I will say that. I live and breathe my job, but I also, practice what I preach. I give myself breaks. I enjoy my personal life too, but everything that I learn in my personal life, I like to bring to you, which is why I always talk to me. So, okay, so yeah, you're like an 8. So that's awesome. To me, that means you're happy in your relationship with your job. So I encourage all of you, when you think about your relationship right now, whether it's friends, family, where are you at? Are you at a 1? Being like horrible, like my relationship with my spouse is horrible, or my dating life is awful, or my spouse is amazing, and amazing would be a 10. Where are you at? If you want to share, I would love to see some of those numbers because sharing is caring. And when we all join each other, again, that decreases the loneliness, knowing that you're not alone. I do a ton of webinars and I do a lot of, lives on social media. And what's so beautiful about this platform is that we can build something here. We can build a community where we can help each other. Because normally how you're feeling, somebody else feels. And what a great thing if you can connect with someone even on here. And by the way, that's a great segment to the next thing that I want to share. And that is I want to give you tips, 5 tips on why friendships and your dating network is crucial to your love life. In celebration of Galentine's Day and now Guyentine's Day. Okay, I can't even say that without laughing. Can somebody please help me create another word for Guyentines? Broentines doesn't work. I mean, I guess I understand Guyentines now. Okay, yeah. Tadeo, am I saying it right? Okay, love the stream. Okay, some people are at a 5 aside from dating. Okay, Mike's a 5. Sausage Steen. Oh my God, I don't know if I can do sausage Steen. Like sausage fest. Because then that has a different connotation. You all know what sausage fest is. And that's like, I don't know, as a woman, I think of that as like going into a place and it's like a sausage fest. That's what women would say. I don't think guys would refer that. Okay, Nando. Worst case scenario. Okay, I love that the men are really interacting here. Where are my ladies? Ladies, stop being shy. Oh, Nancy, it's awful. I'll work on that. I know, Nancy agrees with me. Well, and I know, Nancy, you would know of all people, like being the wordsmith that you are. So let's get into 5 reasons why friendships and connecting and networking is crucial to your love life. And okay, so full disclosure, I'm really comfortable and used to doing webinars, and I navigated Zoom really well, and I usually know how to share my slides. But because we are in studio right now with this organic set, I'm gonna go old school, and I feel like this could be a thing where I'm just gonna share cards, because I know, and this is just working with people so long, that most of my clients are academics. I will say that. And you academics probably are taking notes. I know it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go one by one. And so if you are an academic and you want to take notes, I have shared this. Now, hopefully you can see it. And I've been told by my producer a way to show this into the camera so that you guys can see it. Okay, so number 1 is you want to build a dating network. Okay, so if you can see that, I don't know if I wrote it. Yeah, it's good. Okay, awesome. Now, what's really important about being in the mindset of a dating network, it's almost like a business network. And I think people get so compartmentalized when it comes to dating. I hear this all the time from people. People I just get on the phone with. They'll say, well, Kim, I don't have time for dating. You ever think that? Oh, I don't have time for dating. Okay, for me, that is A, an excuse, and B, it's the wrong mindset, because every day, every minute, every hour is time for dating. Because first of all, working on you is working on your dating life. I say that all the time on my podcast, The Charisma Quotient. Working on you is working on your dating life. And number 2, stop compartmentalizing your life. It's like, okay, well, I only have this time during this hour, during this day of this week, then I'll focus on my dating life. That is the wrong mindset. And the reason that is that everywhere and anywhere is a chance to meet somebody special. Oh, okay, Nando, I cannot build a dating network because I value my privacy, so I don't know how I can even build a dating network. I feel like they be so much in my business. Oh, yeah, well, here's the thing, is I work with a lot of celebrities and high-profile people, and that is something that they say as well. And when I talk about this, I have some ideas for you, because the thing that a lot of people think about is that the dating network has to be activities and events that are based around dating. Do you know what I mean by that? Meaning, you'll think of online dating as part of the drill. That's how you're building your network. Or, oh, I'm gonna go to a dating event that, say Match.com puts on, or, and that's all good. And I believe that there's a ton of social networks out there that creates, those spaces to meet other single people. But here's the problem with that. And I know a lot of people may not be completely in alignment with what I'm about to say, but hear me out, and I think you'll get it. Is that sometimes those events are not the best places to meet people. And that is for the reason that Nando is also talking about. And there's so much pressure. There is so much pressure with those things that everyone goes in thinking, okay, oh my gosh, all these people are single, I have to mingle, and where are all the singles, and does my hair look okay? And there's this weird energy in dating events. And so I actually recommend not going to those, but instead creating a list of hobbies and passions and looking at ways that you can meet people who are like-minded. You will have a much better chance of connecting with someone who likes the same things as you like, because first of all, you have more things to talk about in ways of conversation. You might have similar mindset and values around things, and it's way less pressure. You do not have to worry about whether this person is single or not, and really just work on connecting. So here's something I want to say to you, Nando, is that when you are meeting people and when you are networking, it's not like, hey, are you single? So am I. Nice to meet you, right? That's too much. It's actually going to events, connecting with people in ways of just meeting people and just connecting. In fact, I tell my clients to navigate online dating the same way. What if you went on Bumble or Tinder or any of these other apps, and instead of saying, I gotta find the one, who's my boyfriend, who's my girlfriend, to say, hey, I'm going to a party and I'm just gonna meet a bunch of people. And if I find somebody that I really connect with, cool, maybe I'll continue the conversation. Like, what if you just stopped at that? I wanna tell you a quick story that happened to my client. So my client had the objection of, well, I don't get involved in anything where I meet single people. I'm so busy at work. I'm a very private person. I just don't have the opportunity to meet many people. And by the way, this has been a big objection, especially as we're in the pandemic, because the things that even we used to do, we don't have any longer. So I've been teaching people ways to creatively create that for themselves. But going back to this was before the pandemic, but she had told me that part of her day, every Tuesday, she was going to these political meetings because she was in politics and it was a hobby for her. And she had this wonderful network of other people who were interested in politics, and she would go and they talk about politics and whatnot, and then she would go home. And she was thinking, well, her mindset was that was a place to talk about politics. And she's right. I mean, that's her interest, and that's why everybody is there. I said, what if you went in the mindset of possibly meeting some other singles? She's like, well, that's weird, Kim. How can I go to my political meeting and do that? Like, that's just strange. I said, look, you paid me all this money. You might as well try and do what I say. She laughed and she said, okay. So she had another meeting after our coaching call. And I told her, I gave her two directions. Number one, I wanted her to dress up a little bit more than she normally does. That I wanted her to wear like a colorful dress, not just jeans and a shirt or like her corporate suit that she normally was in, but to actually put on a dress that had a little color and had some intention around it. And number two, I didn't want her to talk about politics, that I actually wanted her to ask some people questions about them as a person, to just really connect. She was very hesitant, but she came back a week later and says, oh my gosh, Kim, that worked like a dream. I said, what happened? She's like, well, you're not gonna believe this, but number one, I got a date from it, and number two, I met another fabulous single woman. And the funniest thing is I've been seeing them every single week for the past 6 months, and I never even knew either one of them were single. What a lesson there. What a lesson there. And she did exactly what I told her to do. She dressed up, she just went around the room, she had fun, and because of that, people really liked her, and she connected with people in a way that she never thought before. So I invite you to think about that in your life. Where are the things that you go to, that you can go to now, or the interests that you have where you can just connect, because you never know. And here's the other thing. Don't be so targeted and hyper-focused on just meeting the opposite sex. That's the worst thing you can do, because you also need your brohood. You also need your Galentine. You need some good wing gals and wing men in your life to create that network just in general. It's building that community. You can do it on your own. Trust me, and I encourage you to meet people on your own. But when you have somebody who can hold you accountable, who can hold your hand, who can hug you, who can say, I get it, me too. Like, there's so much value in that, right? So yes, Nana, wherever you are, you can. Klein, I can't, I live too far away. And so here's the thing. This is another thing that came out of the pandemic that was unexpected for us. This is a strange statement that I'm about to make. We all have been so disconnected that in some ways we're more connected than ever before. I'll say that again. Because we have been so disconnected with this pandemic, we are finding ways to connect more than ever before. And so there are more options, more opportunities, more things and possibilities that are out there where you can connect with people virtually. On top of it, when you think about dating other people in like different towns before the pandemic hit, you wouldn't really think about it unless you just wanted to have fun and you were able to travel. Now people are very mobile, you know, and I believe that a lot of people have jobs where they're going to be able to have work wherever they go. I just feel like there's a lot more opportunity now. So here's the thing. I want you to think about expanding. It's expansion. Open your mind, open your heart, open possibilities so that you bring more in. That's everything that we're talking about. Okay. Yeah, I am deep. I am getting deep. Don't worry. We're going to have some fun too. But I get passionate about this stuff. All right. Number 2, this is another reason why we really need friendships. This is more fun. I want you to create more fun and flirty energy. Okay, do you see that? Fun and flirty energy. Okay, I love you married folks, and some of you married folks are so super fun. Like if Scott is still here, Scott, say hi. Scott is so super fun. He would be a good wingman, actually, for someone. I know he's happily married, but if you have married friends who are fun and flirty, then yes, I encourage that. But make sure that your tribe has that energy. I'll never forget, I was talking to this woman, and she said, Kim, every time I go out and I try to meet a guy, like my friends are so down on men. All we do is sit there and talk about like we man bash. And we sit in the corner of a restaurant and we just talk about how horrible dating is. And I said, yeah, even though those are single gals, I mean, physically they're single gals, but they are not your tribe. They're not the fun, flirty energy that you need. And if flirting's really hard for you, then I encourage you to like model after another single who's really good at it. There is nothing like that energy. Have you ever met, you know somebody, or maybe you have like a charismatic friend who's just really fun and flirty, and they just are at ease as they move around the room, they talk to everybody. Even on these like Zoom meetings that you have, there's always those people who are super comfortable in their skin. Like, get to know them, befriend them. And even if they don't become your best friend, guess what? They could become your social chairman. Maybe they know other parties, other situations that you could put yourself in that can create that fun and flirty energy. If your friends are Debbie Downers or negative Nellies, or you guys just sit around and mope all day, that's not good for you. So try to get that. All right. So that's number 2. Number 3, drum roll. You want to model. This is why the friendships are really important. You want to model for healthy relationships and communication, and I'll share what I mean by that. Having really healthy relationships will help you model what a healthy relationship is like in a partnership. The way you communicate, the way that you receive, the way that you give, all of those things are really important. And here's the thing, like I do this whole analysis with my clients where I do a cost-benefit analysis in their friendships. You know how like we do cost-benefit analysis in the financial world? Well, you can do that with friendships and relationships as well. Like, who are the friends in your life that's costing you a great deal? That like every time that you go out with them or pick up the phone, you're gonna be in a bad mood, or they sap the energy out of you. Yeah, do you ever know like friends like that? Oh my gosh. And that's the worst, because then it rubs off on you, and then it can put you in that state, and that's not gonna help you meet other people. There was another client that I was working with, and she entered my coaching program saying, I have really bad friendships and I don't know what to do about it. Like, everyone's getting mad at me. It seems like I rub everybody the wrong way. And, here's the thing. You're only 50% of the equation, right? There are some things that you can change about you to get a different result. But you also have to look at who you're attracting and why you're getting attracted to them. That's super important. So if you have a pattern of attracting takers or a pattern of attracting, say, people who are selfish or they sap the energy out of you, you can't change those friendships. You can't change those people. But what you can do is change you so that you attract different people. And that's what I did with this woman. And it was amazing because what happened is she got rid of all these toxic friendships in her life. She learned how to set boundaries. She learned how to talk about her feelings and stating her needs and finding her voice. And because of that, she got rid of the people who weren't serving her, and she gained friendships that really helped her. And so this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about in ways of friendship. And as we celebrate Galentine's Day, and do we have a new word for Guyentine's Day, by the way? Did anyone come up with that? I'm not doing the sausage fest thing. The sausage fest day, I think somebody had that. We're not doing that. So I don't know, maybe we'll have a winner for that if we come up with a different name for the brohood. So the communication that you practice with your friends is going to be also really important in ways in how you're going to communicate with your partner and how you're going to set boundaries. Even from the minute you say hello to somebody, the minute you swipe right on someone, it starts with hello. With hello. And when you're able to really stand your ground and attract those healthy people, you're going to be happier. So do you see what I'm saying? When you're happier, you attract happy people, and happy people in your life will enhance also your dating life. It's all working hand in hand together. Okay, number 4, blah, 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 blah. Okay, why friendships are important to your dating life is because it's really important to pursue common interests that are separate from your partner. So you married folks, it's really important that you have other things going on in your life besides your spouse. Now, I think it's really important, obviously, to do things with your spouse, to have your date nights and whatnot, and I really encourage that. In fact, every couple should have date night with their partner. Every couple. I think it's really important, and you should put that in the calendar. But you also should have a separate life. Girls need girl time. Guys need guy time, and that's healthy for both of your relationships. And here's the other thing, is that when something happens, and if something happens, maybe as you're dating somebody new or something happens in your relationship, you have that friendship to fall back on. It pains me to hear about people who break up and they wrapped everything into the friendship. They wrapped everything into that partner, and they lost all their friends. And they lost touch with their friends, they stopped doing things with their friends, and they hit rock bottom. They became so sad after that because it hit them more to know that they didn't have the support and they didn't have that sense of, amazing example for them to bounce ideas off of and get that validation to help them move on from whatever happened. And so it's they had to start all over. Anybody in that situation? Deirdre, my parents have always been an amazing example of this one. They definitely have separate interests, and that they have probably made them stronger over the last 50 years. Oh, that is awesome. And I love that you have the role models for that, because it's so important. And even if you're single, ladies, cultivate these relationships and do not lose those beautiful people in their life. And it could be family members. It could be, coworkers that are really important. There's all different kinds of relationships. And this is why it's a day to celebrate that. By the way, if you are just joining in, here I am talking away. We are at Sway TV at Kimmy's Love Hub. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining and you're not familiar with this platform, make sure that you click the follow button, because that follow button will allow you to interact with me. And as you can see, I answer questions. I don't feel so alone talking about loneliness. I feel really alone when you are not chatting with me. And this way we can have a more interactive and fun show together, because I really think that you are going to help me create this great show each week. So click the follow button. And by the way, if you're on mobile, you have to click the video. And when you click the video, then the follow button pops up. I know a lot of people were confused around that, so I just wanted to say that. Okay, Emilio asks, what about, Galentine. All right, I don't hate that. What do you all think? Galentine. Galentine. I feel like we have to have an accent when you say that. Galentine, a lad. You're a great lad. Yeah, I think I like that better than Guyentine. I just can't even say that without laughing. Okay, we have one more, and this, yes, Nano, if you're still on here, this is more serious, but it's really important. The number one reason that friendships are so important, and I alluded to this before, is that it reduces the feelings of loneliness, and it increases the feeling of belongingness. It reduces the feeling of loneliness and increases the sense of belongingness. This is so important. You know, I said in the top of the show that research shows that when you have more social connections, it can increase your lifespan by 22%. What that means is that friendship is good for our health. We know that there's a mind-body connection, but there's also a connection with people that we need. We need other human beings. We are not made to be alone. We know this, and a lot of studies have been, shown to really highlight that. And I just got off the phone with a client, and this was actually 2 days ago, and she found a guy and she's been dating and it didn't work out, and she found herself just so sad. And she said, Kim, I'm not even missing the guy. What I'm missing is just having somebody there, like having someone to share my day with, having someone to text. It's almost like that dopamine hit that you get when you have just that person. And so when you enrich your lives with other people, and not just one person, but I'm saying many people in different areas, it will help you feel happier and have that sense of belongingness. And the women who are in my tribe who keep, talking to me, and I love, Sharon, thank you. Yes, she's posting it right here. The thing that's really important about my program is that I've developed this coaching program called the Love Academy, and a lot of women who are on here are in that. And they said one of the things that they've loved is not only do I work with them personally, but they also have a tribe of women that they talk to. And I've even paired them up with buddies so that, when they have a bad day or they're feeling burnt out, they have each other to fall back on. And that sense of community and belongingness is just huge. And that's why these women are getting crazy results. But, for those of you who are not in my coaching program, I encourage you to join my free Facebook group. It's called the Love Makeover Insiders, and that's where we can continue to talk about this love. Now, guys, I know guys are looking for that community too, and I probably will create a Facebook group for guys. If you're a man and you would like this, I just want to see how many of you would like something like that, and I'm happy to develop that over time. But this one is for women. Just go to my Instagram, is @Kimmy Seltzer, and if you click on that link, that main link, it'll send you to all of my links in my podcast, the Charisma Quotient. It'll send you to the Love Makeover Insiders, and you can join that Facebook group. I have about 1,000 women in there, and I want to keep growing it so that we can continue the love train. So I hope you found those tips helpful and food for thought, and something to think about how your friendships and your dating network can really enhance your dating life. And now is the fun portion where I want to start sharing some products with you. And as we segue into this part, it's a good moment to talk about self-love, because at the end of the day, you may have some friends, you may have like hobbies and networks and all of that. But again, it's gonna do you no good if you're not taking care of you. So I wanna focus on self-love in that vein and talk about a few products that will help you feel good about you. Because remember, as I said in the beginning of the show, I work from the outside in. And I believe that when we take care of our hair and our skin and our colors that we wear, it does make a difference in our confidence and how we come across. And so as you notice, like I've been wearing a lot of bright colors because when I wear bright colors, I feel happier, right? And so that's part of my self-care. You know, I'm used, and this actually, I'll start with the product for my hair that has saved me, because if I do these shows weekly, people, I cannot go to the salon every single week. I'll just tell you that right now. So I was so excited to find this product, and it is in my carousel. So if you look underneath my my movie or my video, oh my God, I just aged myself. My movie, that's something my grandmother would say. You'll see in my carousel that I have this product. It's called the Revlon One-Step Hair Dryer and Volumizer, and it is literally a one-stop shop. This has saved my life. And so when I have something important, and this could be a Zoom date, people, this could be a business meeting, it could be me going on Sway TV every week, but I have naturally frizzy curly hair, and when I use this, it smooths that out. And then I'm gonna show you something that I do afterwards, but you literally just turn this on. Oh my God, that's so loud. And you dry your hair while you're brushing it out, so it dries it and straightens it at the same time. And so not only does it straighten out the frizzies, but it saves you time. And nowadays, I don't know about you, but like I'm going from meeting to meeting, and I need to be efficient with my time. So this product, I swear by it, because I can literally say that I've been using this for years, and I was excited to see it right here in the carousel. Okay, so that's the first step that I do. And when you're thinking about your hair, and men, this goes for you too. When you have a good hair day, people, it's a good day, right? I feel like our confidence lives in our hair. And some of you may be bald, and that's awesome too, and that's super sexy. I dated a guy who was bald, and I thought it was super hot. So it doesn't matter if you have hair or not. It matters of how you take care of what you have. So for me, I have hair, and this is how I take care of it. So then the next thing that I do, this is my next step that I take. And this is also, I think, in my carousel. Yes, it is. This is a great curling iron. So even though I have curly hair, I like to straighten it first, and then I like to weave in the big curls. And I used to use another curling iron before this, and although it was good, I didn't know what I was missing until I saw this gray big bullet. And there's like a titanium plate on it, so it's really gentle on the hair. I don't know about you, but I have very sensitive head and hair. And so it doesn't fray or burn the head, but not only that, it heats up really fast. So there's been times where I have to get ready in a pinch or just like touch up my hair. And I use this, and this is an 1.5 inches, if you can see the barrel. And so I like this length, especially if you have medium to long hair. If you want to create that soft, romantic look, as I have in my hair. If you have shorter hair, I even think it works well to kind of straighten out the frizzies as well and put a little lift in the hair. So that is something that in ways of self-care, I really believe that when you take care of your hair, you're gonna feel more confident. So that's the first thing. All right. So I want to go over some more fun products. The other thing that I want to recommend in ways of self-love, and this, oh my gosh, so this is something, okay. I don't care if you're married or not. I'm sure like some people have a good partner who can give a good massage. And if you do, I'm super jealous, but this is the next best thing. So this is a massager, and it's like having a home masseuse where you can literally like put it on the back of your chair as you're on the computer doing whatever you're doing, watching TV, and you can get like a shiatsu massage right on your neck. And I'm gonna try it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like, I mean, even if you just put it on, and there's like a heat element on here too. This is amazing. And I don't know, especially if you're on the computer a lot, as we all are these days, this completely takes out all the knots. So you gotta look, you know, I probably would recommend doing the massage before the hair, ladies, definitely, because this will relax you first and then you can do your hair, or as your hair is drying, you can do this as well. But this will help you just, you know, release those knots. And I love back massages. I think it's a great thing, even if you do it for 5 minutes a day to help ease the tension in your whole body. And with that, I love yoga, I love fitness. And for those of you who haven't watched Shayla's TV show right here on Sway TV, she's awesome. She goes over a lot of fitness tips that you should definitely check out. So, okay, so we have a lot of the pampering and the self-care stuff. The other thing I want to share, and now we're gonna kind of bleed into the friendship area, is first of all candles. Well, candles, I think, is something that you can do obviously yourself, and you can put it in your bedroom, and I love the way it smells. This one, these Lulu candles, I cannot get over the smell. And it's funny because I'll show you so you can see it. I didn't know really what the soy was all about in terms of the candle, but it burns just like a normal candle, and the smell is fantastic. And this will not break the bank. They last a really long time. So you can set a little bubble bath. You can do a little massage on your neck. You can get your hair ready. And when you're feeling more relaxed, and now you have the sense of the candle, it relaxes you. You know, one of the things about dating, and many people don't think about this, is you have to tap into your senses. And when you're even interacting with someone, or, you know, maybe you're with your loved one, tapping into your sense of smell, your sense of taste, your vision, like seeing things, like touch, all of those things are sensual. All of those things make us feel good and sexy and attractive, and that is really important. So again, it really does start with you, and when you're taking care of you, that's when other people will love you too. And there's nothing like tapping into all of these different sensory type of products to get you in the mood. I'm just saying. Now, last week, I don't have water to demonstrate, so you can go back and if you can still find my first one. But there are all these, I called them love bombs, and not the love bombing that you think about out there in dating. But I want to show you, these are so cute. And when I dropped these little, they're really bath bombs. But when I dropped the bath bombs into the water, it fizzes and it creates this really beautiful smell. So we have the candles lit, we have the bath going, we drop the bomb in there, and I think we should call them the love bomb, but it's like love bombing yourself. It's giving you love all over your body, and just, you should embrace that. And they smell really good. I love them. And so if you're a bubble bath person, this is really good too. Okay, so we got that going on. Now let's go into, well, we're here to talk about Galentine's Day. And did we land on Ladentine? Oh, Dudentine's Day. Okay, might need to iron out the Dudentimes. Do we like Dudentimes? No, that just sounds weird to me. Like doodle time. Dudentimes. I like Ladentine still. Yeah. Deirdre, those candles have a scent called Sexy Man. Oh my God, no way. That's so perfect. Yes, Sexy Man. hey, this is part of manifesting too. Like you and your gals can light the sexy man candles and manifest a sexy man into your life. I somehow don't think that men are going to light a bunch of sexy men candles in on a fire pit. Somehow I don't see that. But I do have products for you men. Don't you worry. I do have some bro products because I saw last time there were so many men on here. I wanted to share some things that I think are cute. But let's keep going into the girls. And by the way, if you're a man, you are having the inside scoop of what makes a woman swoon and tick and what we like. Like tap into our senses. Like look at the things that we're all oodling over. And if you ever have a woman in your life, take note. Jot it down because she will love some of these things. And even if you have a sister or you have a friend who's a girl, these are great gifts for them too. And by the way, I didn't even mention that. We can combine Galentine. I'm just going to call it Galentine for now because that's my favorite. Galentine and Galentine together because I also think it's really important to have the opposite sex as friends. You know, that was one of the things that really helped me also on my journey. I'll share a quick story is that when after I went online for the first time, I started having a conversation with this wonderful guy, and I wasn't really ready to date. And when I met him, I think he wanted to date. He was in a different place, and I just kind of broke down in tears. And I said, I really just want to find a friend who's a guy. And he said, you know, normally I think I'd be offended, but because you're so cool, I accept. And from that moment on, we became really good friends, and it was so nice to have the opposite sex as a friend to like bounce ideas off of. Eventually we started giving dating advice, and we would talk about each other's dates, and now he's happily married and we're still friends today. So having the opposite sex friends is super important. So guys, take note on all these things that like girls like. So now this kind of goes into the girl time stuff. So there's nothing like a good set of PJs, ladies. I found these and I thought they were so cute. Can you see these? What I loved about them is that, okay, first of all, they look really, really soft. I wish I had enough time to order them, and they come in all different colors. Like I thought these pink ones were super cute. And look they come with socks. How cute is that? My feet get really cold. I don't know about yours, but I just can envision. Now, I know we're limited in being able to see our girlfriends, but this is the old school when we were all young, having a pajama party. You know, but we can have a Zoom pajama party, per se. You know, maybe tonight, reach out to some of your friends. Hey, if anyone has friends, like tell them to hop on here and start celebrating, and you all can like buy these products together, because I have some other like gifts that I want to share with you that you can give your girlfriends. Have them click the follow button because that will enter them and you in the future giveaways. And again, if you guys keep coming back, and we have a lot of people on here, I can do some really hot giveaways. But this is to incentivize you, because the more people who come on here, the more giveaways I can do. Okay, so this is all about you. This is not about me, it's about you. Anyway, okay, so these pajamas are super cute, and we can have pajama time together and talk, coffee talk, bedtime talk, girl talk. Okay. Then in our PJ, okay, so there was something really sweet. Now it's not in my carousel, but I do have a Kimmy's Love Hub page where you can find all my products. You just go to swaytvshop.com and you can see everything that I recommend from last week to this week. And this is so sweet because it reminded me of the old days of, do you remember when we did friendship bracelets, ladies? So this to me represented that friendship bracelet that you could give a special woman in your life. And by the way, men, you could do this with a lady friend, or even a special romantic lady in your life. It doesn't have to be just friends at this point. So it's called the Lava Rock Bracelet, and it's an anti-anxiety bracelet. I think that the stones have this kind of anti-worry effect. And whether you believe in it or not, whether it's placebo or not, for me, it doesn't matter, because if you believe it and you give it to your friend, it's the meaning behind it. And if it helps you relax, having your bracelet, talking to your friends, then it's doing the job. And it comes with lavender essential oil. So I love the oils. Again, it's the senses. And then you guys could like wear your friendship bracelets and just remember each other. I have a really special memory that I wanted to share. And maybe some of you on here have been, any of you out there who came to my Vegas event, I think it was 5 years ago, it was called the Makeover Blueprint. If anyone's on here, definitely like say hello. Yeah. Oh, Emilio, I'm starting to feel kind of cheated by my national Amazon. There's so much more stuff I want. Those Lulu candles. Yeah, the Lulu candles are fantastic. You have to check those out. In my Vegas event, what we did is it was for men and women, and a lot of the stuff that you're hearing me talk about, I actually had an in-person event. And I think that when this pandemic is over, I would love to have another one. And so if you're interested, definitely get on my list. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Kimmy Seltzer. You'll see a big old link where you can get to all my stuff. My website's also kimmyseltzer.com. But anyway, after 3 days of working on just ourselves, and we talked about dating, we did a little speed dating practice with each other. I had makeovers, live makeovers that I did with both men and women, and it was so much fun. At the end, I gave them all bracelets. That's what this reminded me of. And I said to everybody, I want you to wear this bracelet as a reminder of these days together, when we created a tribe, when we created this magic, and when we created love, not just in this room, but for you. And I got a Facebook message from somebody who was at the event. I want to say it was about 6 months ago. And she sent me the picture of the bracelet. And she said, Kimmy, I still wear this bracelet as a reminder for that self-love and all the friendships that I made. And people still, to this day, talk amongst themselves and the friendships that they made at this event. It was amazing. So create that for yourself. You know, maybe every time you have like a friendship that's really special to you, you have this bracelet that you pass on and create that tribe for yourself. By the way, another really great idea is that if you go through and exhaust all your options where you can't find any communities close by to you or anything that resonates with you online, create your own. You don't have to just lie back and say, oh, woe is me, there's nothing for me. You all can create your own reality. I'm here to tell you this, and I know this to be true because the people who work with me, they also know this. You create your own reality. So if you say to yourself, I don't have this tribe, I don't have friendships that are really important in my life, then create it. Go after it. You know, I had somebody create their own Facebook group, and they started doing some blogs, and they started doing some lives. And before that person knew it, all of these people started following that person. And then there was this huge friendship circle that came out of it, and a tribe. And then that person got a huge following. Now, they weren't in the coaching space. They weren't in, you know, the self-help space. She literally just wanted to create a community for herself. And from there was a lot of opportunities that came out of that. So don't wait for it, create it. Don't wait for it, create it. Okay, so that's my little bracelet. I thought you would enjoy that. Okay, where are we? Oh, we got the pajamas. What happened to I think my original link went bye-bye. Where did they go? Okay, I just want to get back to my hold please. And now for something completely different. I think shop. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think I got it. Follow sway. Okay. Follow sway, and everybody else can do, well, sway TV follow, right? Oh, I don't know what happened.
Followsway.com. Just start a new browser.
Okay, followsway.com. That's the beauty of the live stream is we can do everything together. Follow. There we go. Okay. I feel like an octopus. I was telling Annie, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many things that I want to share and remember. Okay, so now we're back. Okay, so I'm going to go to my Kimmy's Love Hub because I do have some fun things for my men, and I want to share that too. Oh, okay, but when, here's some cute things. So you're with your girlfriends, and look at these wine labels. How cute. I thought this was such a great gift too. So it's a thank you gift for women, and you can put them on different wine bottles. Doesn't matter what the wine is. And it just shows like appreciation of your friendship. You know, good friends deserve good wine too. And there's all these like little messages on there. I adore that. I think this is a great gift. It won't break the bank. It just shows a token of appreciation for your friends. So that is super cute. Oh, I keep losing my space. Okay. I gotta close these other tabs. That's the problem. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Okay, and then in order to put something in, you have to have something to put the wine in. Look at these cute tumblers. So I actually didn't know about these tumblers until I stumbled upon the tumblers. And it keeps, like if it's a cool wine, it keeps it cool, and if it's a warm wine, it'll keep warm, but you can literally put anything in there that you want. And men, by the way, I saw that they had these plain, and ladies too, but this, of course, because it's Galentine's Day, it's side by side, miles apart, friends are always close at heart. I know, it's kind of cheesy, but it's so cute, and it's so true, especially during this time. You know, there's so many friends who are far away that we can't see, and it has been a long time, but there's also people who are neighbors who we haven't even been seeing. So these are little tokens where you can like drop off a tumbler, you know, send out a label and do a little Zoom toast with each other in your jammies, light some candles, and do all the things that we ladies like to do. Okay, so that was cute, and I didn't have that in the studio to show you, but I thought that was cute. Now, this if Nancy is still on here, Nancy, I just want to give a shout out to you because she told me about this thing, and I love it. This is a great gift. And men, you can definitely do this too. It's just something that I think a lot of women enjoy. But it's called I Wrote a Book About You. And it's a fill-in-the-blank book. And look at the content. So you basically are going to create your own book. And you do that by filling in the blanks of different pages. So like this says, you know, tell one thing I want you always to know. This is, you know, I think because we've all gotten so busy, we become disconnected that we forget to just stop. We forget to just slow down and let people know how much we love them, how much like we're grateful for them to be in our lives. And you know, each friend and each relationship has a special connection for you. So take the time to send a book like this, to give gratitude, to show all the different parts of, you know, your friendship that you enjoy. You know, there's just all these different things. I think you can even put like pictures in there. So I thought that was a really cute book. Every week I'm going to recommend some sort of book. There's another book in there. Definitely check that out as well. But I want to move on to the Galentine. Are we set on Galentine? I hope so. I hope we like Galentine because that I feel like that's what landed for me. Okay. Ladies, I think you'll think this is cute too for the men. So for the men, let's see if we have any in the carousel that's easy to find. I don't know if we have any guy stuff in here yet. I'll go to the beginning. Well, here, I'll start off with a book. This you can find in my store. This is exactly what I was talking about with men. Like men need that connection too. And I feel as women, we should also really think about that. Like, I think many times women think that it's just so important that we all focus on each other, and it's becoming this women empowerment stuff, and I really love that. And I also want to honor, friendships that men can make. I have a client who said, Kim, the big thing that's missing in my life, like I have a lot of female friends, I just don't have a lot of dudes in my life. I don't have guys to hang out with and talk about guy stuff, and that is important. So there's a book, it's called Breaking the Male Code, Unlocking the Power of Friendship. And I liked this one because it had some, I think, really smart stuff in there. And it's all about male friendships. And there is a new man's movement, just like there is a woman's movement. It is about equality. And I think it's important as women that we understand also where they're coming from, that it's important to honor where they're at. And sometimes we think that we're all so different, but I said this before, at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all want that connection, and we all want to feel a sense of belonging. And so, men, if you are still on here and looking at this, you definitely want to check out Breaking the Male Code. So that was a really cool book that I saw. And then to match the tumbler that the women had, this is so perfect for the men. Okay, so this is obviously women like whiskey too. But I don't know, this is a very I could see men sitting around a fireside. I don't think they're gonna be dropping the love bombs and taking a bubble bath and talking in their pajamas and lighting a candle like we are. But I can imagine maybe sitting by the fireside and then getting some cool whiskey tumblers. I thought these were actually beautiful. And women, I think these are great gifts too for a man. Old-fashioned whiskey glasses, and so affordable. $25. $25 for a six-pack. And I think that ambiance, and hey, let's talk about first impressions too. Even if we're talking about dates and you're on a Zoom date with somebody, or you're in a social distance date and you're hanging out outside, you're enjoying a cocktail, having a tumbler in your hand like this, or the cute pink one that I showed, that's part of a first impression, right? And that's part of just the clothes that you wear, the props that you have, what's in your background on Zoom dates. I think that another show that I want to do, and maybe this will be next week, is online dating. Would you guys like a show on online dating? And then we can talk about some ideas that you can do, products that you can have to enhance your Zoom dates. If you do, let me know. Yes. Oh, how can I buy the first thing you showed, the coffee cup? Oh, the friendship. Yeah. So if you go to swaytvshop.com, that'll bring you to Kimmy's Love Hub and all my products that are on there, because not everything in the carousel is what I'm saying, but it is in the Love Hub. Okay, so we got the tumblers, we got the bro book. And the last thing that I have for you men, and this is just more of a funny thing. Okay, so but it is something. I have 2 sons, and I have to say, I don't know what it is, but guys really like beef jerky. And this is really this is awesome. Look at the how many flavors that this comes in. It's like meat sticks. I can't think of a more perfect thing for guys. And it's funny because I was showing I have 2 teenage sons, and I showed them, the meat sticks. They love meat, and so it's just something that's kind of cute. And another thing that I think would be a great gift, and almost like a gag gift for somebody, and again, for $35 to send a guy who's special in your life. I don't know if a guy to a guy would send that. If you're a man, would you send some of those things? Oh, Christian's gonna get it tomorrow. I love it. So Christian, you could get the tumbler, the beef stick, and the whiskey glass, and get your bros together. And I'm gonna claim it here on Sway TV. Where's the guy who came up with Galentine? If you're still here, I'm just gonna say you're the winner of the Galentine. Name that we just came up with for brohood, because if you're still here, I want to acknowledge, I thought I saw something about you being Australian, and Australian guys call each other lads. So that was when I was attempting to do the accent, I was attempting to do an Australian accent, and I failed miserably. So if you're on here, yeah. Oh, Amelia, wait, what's the meat stick? Do you see here? It's 20 meat sticks of old-fashioned iron branded canvas bag, but then this is so cute. But I think there's all different kinds of flavors of the beef, and I actually believe that there might even be different meats, in fact, within this bag. So when you're on your horse and on your ranch, men, with your cowboy hat, you can have your beef stick. That's just so, I know, it's so wrong. Anyway, okay, so that one is $35. $35 for that, and you should see it on your screen, and you'll see it in Kimmy's Love Hub. For those of you who are just joining, we are going to be ending soon. I cannot believe I've been chatting this long. It goes by so fast. Oh wait, Manentime. Manentime? Okay, Valen Guys. Oh, Valen Guys. Okay, that is a close second. Valen Guys. So we have Latin guys, Valen Guys, Manentine. Okay, the problem with Manentine is I'm getting like tongue twisted. And the tumblers, oh, the tumblers. I think you're talking about this one, Christian. Here, I'll pull this up. The tumbler was $16.99. But you know, there are some that are plain as well. I encourage you to look, but these are, oh my God, what friend wouldn't like that? I think that's cute. And as a woman, I really like the rose gold. I am all about rose gold. Like my phone is rose gold, my purse is rose gold. I don't know, there's something very girly about it. And obviously I like pink, so I like that as well. All right, everybody. Well, I want to wrap up by just having another kind of pep talk with y'all. And I want to, first of all, thank all of you for showing up. And by the way, make sure that you click follow, because when you follow, you're always following me. Once a follower, always a follower. I love that because you don't have to worry about that each week. And that way you can interact with me. You can ask me dating and makeover questions. And on top of it, you will be able to enter giveaways. I think they're doing a huge giveaway, a PS5 giveaway coming up soon. So make sure that you click follow. Our producer's watching. He will take down your name. And if that, and bring your friends, because then your friends can also get a chance to win that. I'm going to be doing my own giveaways as well. So if you follow me and you do this every single week, then you will be rewarded. Not only will you like maybe win some contests, but to me at the end of the day, if you get any value out of this, if there's one thing that you learned or like one takeaway that you had that makes your life a little bit better, a little bit brighter than it was before, then hey, to me that's a win. To me that's a win. And actually I would love to hear, what are some takeaways you had today? What's something that you are going to implement today? You know, I shared with you some tips of how your friendships and your community and your tribe can enhance your dating life, your love life. What is something that you're going to do tomorrow? Are you going to start networking? Are you going to join some clubs? Are you going to join my Facebook group, the Love Makeover Insiders on Facebook? Are you going to hop on the phone with me and find out ways that you can work with me? Are you going to reach out to your friend who you haven't talked to in a really long time and say how much you love them and how grateful you are to have them in your life? Are you going to buy any of these products that I shared with you today as a token of love for the friendship, so that you remind people in your life and who you love that they're important to you? And because of that importance, you are going to feel good about you. Because remember what I said, when you have a rich social life. It'll increase your dating success exponentially because you're building out a network. And when you build out a network, you're happier. And when you're happier, that's when you create love. Because remember what I said in the beginning, and for those of you just joining, this is my message. I'm going to keep drilling into you, is when you love you, that's when other people will too. It is about the self-love. I just did a podcast on my Charisma Quotient podcast. You can find it everywhere, Spotify, iTunes, you name it. And it was, really using your self-love to enhance your dating. And I talked about the 5 traits that people might have if you have low self-worth. And I encourage you to go listen to that. And if any of those traits resonate with you, you got to work on your self-love. And even if it starts with setting a boundary, even if it starts looking in the mirror and saying, you know what? I love my hair. I love my eyes. I love me. I love my personality. I love what I do. I love my friends. Like, what do you love in your life? What do you love about you? Because that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. And get rid of the toxic people in your life. Get rid of the takers. Get rid of the people who sap you dry. Because those people are going to sap you dry, and you are going to be miserable. And you're not going to want to go on here and do things for yourself or even get the help that you need, because then it's a rabbit hole. And I don't want you to go down that rabbit hole. I want you to come each week, follow me each week, so that you get inspired and motivated to connect with awesome people, even here on Sway TV. Elaine, yes, there's some replays. I know that this one up here will be, I think for 48 hours, right? Yeah. Oh, and he just put a link. See, my producer extraordinaire, swaytvreplay.com. You can see some of the replays on here. Oh, it's up for 2 weeks. Who knew? I thought it was 2 days. So yes, but don't delay. Like listen now. Do this now. Go to my Love Makeover Insider Facebook group. Join. You can do that by going to my Instagram at Kimmy Seltzer. And just keep up with me, because I love doing all these things. I did a flirt challenge not too long ago. Some of you who did the flirt challenge are on here, so it's super fun. And, I will leave you with this message, because this is the important thing, is that as you start gaining that love for yourself and you start finding your voice, you embrace being seen, you create that magnetism, or as I call it, the charisma quotient. When you raise your charisma quotient, you are going to be happier overall. And when you're happy, you will attract love, whether that's friendships, whether it's helping with your family life. And yes, it will help you attract that right person in your life. All right, with that, my voice is about to die, so I think this is a good time to say goodbye. And thank you so much, Sway TV and Amazon Live, for creating this platform so I can keep going with all these messages and help you give you the love. So when you love you, other people will too. Bye for now. Let's Sway TV.
Make sure you guys follow Sway TV.
Follow Sway right here. Ooh, it's this way, sorry.
Corey says, thank you, Sway TV. Shakira says, thank you, Sway. Yes, guys, it is so much fun. We love Sway TV.
Yes.
Amazon, we love you, Amazon.
So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
I've had such a great time with all of you.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.